Alright, what is going on, DINOSQUAD, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about all of the secrets hiding here in the Piggy Book 2 trailer. I've gone ahead and watched this trailer probably like a dozen or 2 dozen times, kind of like really trying to find all of the secrets. But before we get too far into this video, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you smash the like button on this video. It really helps me out. It takes half a second. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that little red subscribe button down below. It's totally free, and that way you won't miss any of my future videos about Piggy Book 2. Alright, so I'm going to be breaking this video down into a couple different sections because I think the whole video, if you really look at it kind of from like taking a step back and looking at the whole video, there's kind of a pattern that you see. Every time you get to a new door in this like facility, this building, there's like this like flashback or some sort of like weird like memory thing going on where you see a certain vision. Like, so when the camera first pans in to the first door, you get Doggy here, and there's a couple things that stand out with this. So this is clearly Doggy before he got infected, because he doesn't have his red eye and he's dressed up in his police uniform here, and I think that's a baton he's holding. So it seems like, I mean, the way he's holding it seems like a pretty aggressive, like, you know, you don't just have like a weapon out like that, just out in front of you. So I think Doggy is making some sort of arrest or like confronting someone, like some sort of like bad person. And there's been some theories floating around that this could be Wolfie, and we're going to kind of jump into that later in this video. So make sure you stick around to see that information about Wolfie. And then also one other thing I would like to point out, if you guys look at the top there, at the very back of this alleyway, at the very top, it's daytime. In Piggy, everything is nighttime. This is daytime. So that's a little odd. All right, so the second room coming up here after these boxes, the lights kind of start to flicker, is Zizzy. Now, Zizzy, you can see here, is trapped in some sort of room. I'm gonna say it's a jail cell, potentially the cell that's actually behind the door in this like long hallway that kind of like spans throughout this entire trailer. But I'm not quite sure on that. I think the wall design, like the paintings or patterns, whatever that is in the wall, is different than that long hallway. It's a different color. But anyways, there's a light in a room, there's no windows, so that's what really leads me to believe that this is some sort of jail cell or just like holding cell that she's been captured. Someone has captured Zizzy, and my best guess is that it's TSP. I think TSP has captured Zizzy, which is why we see Pony not only in this trailer but the first trailer from about a month and a half ago. Pony going through what looks like the snow to find Zizzy. So Zizzy looks pretty upset also, so clearly she's not happy. She also doesn't have her sword, so I think those also kind of factor into that she is captured, that something is wrong here, that she's been taken hostage by TSP. And then there's also that big stain on the floor. I don't know if that's a stain or that big brown, you know, I'm not even going to talk about that. Let's move on. All right, so the third door here is definitely the most interesting. Now, we see the door right away is different from the other two doors. The other two doors, the window in the front of the door was completely pitch black. This door appears to be shattered because it's definitely a very light gray, and you can see all the cracks in the door. So it's been broken, it's been shattered, it's been shot, broken down, kicked in, I don't know what, but clearly that glass is broken, and the handle is askew. So it's like someone has like, you really like forced it open, like someone wanted to get in or out of that cell or whatever's behind that door. So inside the door is Wolfie. This is Wolfie right here, and I think from the TV show of Peppa Pig, this is the mother wolf. MiniToon apparently confirmed this is a female character, not a male character, so I think it's the mother wolf. And you can see she does have like some little eyelashes there on the side of her eyes, so that's kind of what those like two little black marks are. And she's holding a gun, and that's pretty interesting. That what is she doing with a gun? Who is she going to be shooting? Why is she dressed up like some sort of secret agent? Now, like I mentioned earlier, there is a theory going around that Doggy arrested someone named Wolfie, so potentially this Wolfie, the mother, that she is part of TSP trying to kind of take, you know, vengeance on Doggy for arresting her now that we're in like the middle of a Piggy apocalypse. I'm not too sure about that, but I mean, she definitely is dressed up like pretty pretty much like a spy, and the way she's holding that gun, definitely like very James Bond-esque. And she also appears to have some sort of gloves, because if you look at the shine on those gloves, it's definitely like a really like metallic silver compared to like the gray on her head. It's definitely a different color, and I think those are gloves that she's wearing. So clearly she doesn't want to leave any sort of fingerprints behind. She's dressed in all black, so she's on some sort of secret mission or some sort of mission right now. All right, now the fourth door is definitely the most interesting. Let's pause it right here and just take a quick look at this door. You can see that, again, this fourth door is similar to the third door in the sense that it's not like the first two. This glass isn't just plain black. There is something smudged on there. And if you look closely, it looks like a sad face. Now, how tall these doors are and where this window is kind of positioned on the door, I mean, there's only so many characters that are quite tall. Potentially it could be Mr. P or Mrs. P, but the problem with that is Mrs. P was infected. She's gone. she got. And Mr. P, I don't know what TSP would want with him, and maybe they want more potions, maybe they want a cure, I'm not quite sure. So it could be Mr. P, but let's keep watching and see the flashback or the memory that we get behind this door. Well, right here is Grandpa Pig. Now, Grandpa Pig was missing the entire time of Piggy Book 1. Where was he? Well, I think this answers that. He was on a ship. Now, this doesn't seem to be like a normal just like personal like yacht or boat where he just likes to go sailing, because I know in the Peppa Pig show, Grandpa Pig is a sailor. He likes to sail. This seems to be sort of like some sort of like fishing boat or some sort of like vessel that's like a commercial vessel, just because of how large it is, like the wood floor, just those pipes there. It just doesn't look like a yacht or like something that's more of like a personal recreational use that you would go out to sea with. This definitely looks more like some sort of work ship. So I think Grandpa Pig was out at sea, I think working, like he works on this ship as a sailor, maybe for like the military or who knows what. But I think he was on this ship and he got news of the Piggy apocalypse. And he probably heard that the Piggy family was like the test family, the first family infected with the virus. And I think that's what that sad face on the door is like referencing. I think it's like referencing his like grief and his sadness for his family being gone. And that he's like kind of just staring out into the distance here in this frame. So I don't think door number 4 represents Mr. P, but I think it represents more of Grandpa Pig here. All right, now moving on to door number 5, we see some glasses here on the floor outside of the door, and you notice the glass once again is completely pitch black. So whose glasses could these be? Well, the only character who I really think they could be that we've seen with glasses so far in the story of Piggy is Pony. So let's see who's behind door number 5. There he is, Pony. So I think this is a continuation of the first trailer that MiniToon put out, where Pony was going through the snow with kind of like the trees, just like the storm blowing. And I think he's searching for someone. I think he's searching for Zizzy. So I think Zizzy was captured by TSP or Wolfie or someone that is pretty nefarious and doesn't have good intentions. I mean, clearly Zizzy didn't seem too happy about being captured. So I think Pony is trying to find Zizzy. Now, he's in the same outfit here as he was in the first trailer from about a month and a half ago. And he's still in some sort of like stormy winter storm. I mean, just, I don't think this is a desert. He just doesn't look like he's dressed appropriately for the desert. I mean, he doesn't really look like he's dressed appropriately for the winter either. But let's move on to these buildings here. So we have what looks to be 3 buildings, one kind of big long one on the left and 2 kind of smaller ones on the right. Now, if you look closely, the one on the left has a couple doors. It looks like 2 doors and maybe 2 windows and then 2 stacks of crates next to those. And then on the left, far left side, there's another window. Now, let's look at these windows. They are pretty high up on the building, like almost to the roof line, like at the top of the doors. And you'll notice all that snow is piling up the side of the building. It's covering half that window. So, I mean, and then look behind that. Like, the snow is above the roof line on this building. So clearly, this is a very, very severe storm, or this building has been abandoned due to the Piggy apocalypse, but we don't know for how long, because we don't know when Piggy Book 2 takes place after Piggy Book 1. The 2 buildings on the right, we can't really tell anything from them. The one kind of in the foreground is a bit larger. The one in the background is definitely a pretty small building, but there's also those 2 towers there. Now, the tower on the left has a light on top of it, and it's a red light. That makes me think that maybe there was planes landing somewhere around here, like maybe this was an airport, because if you look at like airports, they all have these towers around like every single terminal where airplanes land and like kind of, you know, board passengers, unboard passengers. All right, and then here, right before door number 6, we get a flash. So you guys might have missed that. Let's go back a little bit though. All right, right here is a flash. I mean, this is only like 1, maybe 2, 3 frames at most. We get this image of Bunny. I mean, this is clearly Bunny. There's no arguing that. This is Bunny. But what's interesting is Bunny has her eye patch and no red eye. Plus, she's holding her crossbow. So clearly this is an image of Bunny before she was infected. You can kind of see her blue dress also in her arms. So that's really interesting. Why does her memory kind of flash right here, like before she's infected? I mean, what is this hinting at? What does this mean? All right, and door number 6. This is the most interesting part. The door is broken down into the room. So we can see here that this is a room. There doesn't seem to be any windows, any mirrors, any other exit. So based off that, we can assume the 5 previous rooms are all similar to this, that they're all rooms. They're not like exits or hallways to other areas of this complex. So I think all of these are like rooms or have been turned into like holding cells. So potentially Zizzy is behind that first door, that this could be the building that Pony is like outside of, that he's like kind of hunting and looking for. But inside of this room, we see a potion. It's a blue vial of blue potion. And then also if we look at the door, it's on the inside of the room. So clearly someone wanted to get inside, because if they had broken from the inside out, the door would be on the outside, but clearly the door is on the inside of the room. So that means someone broke into this room. They wanted something inside of that room specifically. Now, if we keep looking here, there's going to be something that pops out here. Right there. Who is this? Well, what do we know? We know that, I mean, clearly this is a very short character. The only characters we've seen so far from Piggy Book 1 that are this like short are Penny Pig, George Pig, and Zizzy's 2 sisters. I think we can all agree that this character clearly is a pig. I mean, look at those 2 ears right there. It's a pig. And I think based off like the fact that they're wearing a skirt, it looks more like a skirt than like legs sticking out. I think this is Penny. All right, so that's it for this video. This is all of like the broad theories that I have so far for Piggy Book 2. I have a ton of other theories, kind of for like one for each one of these rooms, and kind of like what I think is going to be happening in the first chapter. So once again, if you guys have not done so already, make sure you smash the like button on this video, because it really helps me out. It lets me know that you're enjoying this content. It tells YouTube that you're enjoying the content, and I'm going to keep making more of these theory videos. So if you aren't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? You've made it this far. It's totally free. Hit that little red button down below. Subscribe to the channel, because you're not going to want to miss out on any of the other theory videos that I have planned in the coming next few weeks before Piggy Book 2. So anyways, Dino Squad, I will catch you all in the next one. Take care, and peace.